Hi everyone, I'm B.Scott, welcoming you to the second of 3 videos I'm making evaluating the PI-Iking pulse induction underwater metal detector. What I propose to do today is a couple of tests in which we will test the sensitivity of the metal detector first in a dry environment and then in an underwater environment with a 3% saltwater solution. We will be using 3 targets. The first is a 50-cent euro coin. The second is a 1958 72% silver guilder. And the third will be a 14-karat gold ring. The reason we want to evaluate this in a saltwater environment is because most of the videos I've seen have shown the metal detector just being used above water. And as I understand it, pulse induction technology works much better underwater than it does above water. Now, if it's actually an improvement in the signal or it works better than standard metal detectors, which have problems with conductivity, I'm not quite sure, but we'll find out. But most of the tests I've seen have been either above water or just showing people using it underwater, but there's actually no evaluation as to how sensitive the apparatus actually is underwater. Okay, so here you can see my test setup. This is a plastic bin, and I've put a plastic cutting board inside of there and raised it up to the center of the coil. We've got a ruler along the back of it so we can measure how far away things are as we're going through to measure the distance. Here comes our first object. This is without water. This will be our 1 euro coin. I know I said a 50 cents, but it is in fact a euro coin. Parallel, that's being about 6 centimeters. Maybe a little more. And once again 3, and we'll flip it on its other vertical axis. Okay, moving on to our second object. That's the silver Dutch guilder. Again, that's about the same as the standard euro coin. And that as well. Okay, that's slightly better than what we're getting with the normal coin. Now we go, as the last of all for this dry test, we go to our gold ring. About 5.5. And we'll change the axis once. Oops, a bit. Now we fill the tank to a depth of about 15 centimeters. First beep was a little bit better than the dry test. This is about the same then, subsequent beeps. And that's the same as well. So underwater doesn't tend to be any worse or any better than it works on the surface. Now we'll try our gold ring here. Oh no, sorry, our silver coin. Yeah, that's just orientation problem there. A little worse.
And once again, that's in the region, a little bit less than what we were getting originally. And 2.5. Now, last of all, we go to our gold ring. About 5.5 centimeters, 6.5. And in this orientation, it seems a little bit less sensitive, but who's to say? Okay, here we have just the 15 centimeters of water, and I'm just holding it just under the surface, moving over these objects, and you see it's just detecting them at that distance. So we're maybe 10 centimeters moving across the object, and it does find them. You see the 3.
I know some of you will be thinking that 3 to 6 centimeters isn't much in the way of depth as far as detecting goes. But remember, this metal detector only has a 10 centimeter round coil on it. It's not like the normal metal detector you'd be using at the beach. And also we're in an underwater environment using a completely different system. The other thing you want to remember is that if you're detecting in the sand underwater, I don't know if any of you have gone to the beach much and tried digging in wet sand, but it's not an easy thing to do. Much deeper than 5-6 centimeters, that's about as deep as you're probably going to be able to come. So I would say that's not a terrible amount of trouble to go to find things in the water. The other thing I'd like to show you just right here at the end is a little clip where I've taken my XP MI4 pinpointer. This is what I use when metal detecting, terrestrial metal detecting, and I've tried it out in this salt water. And what you will see is the moment the pinpointer touches the water, the moment it touches it, it's immediately giving a signal. I've got it set to the lowest setting. If you were to use it under the water, even in the lowest setting, you wouldn't be getting much more than just a few centimeters of detection either, and it would be going off the whole time. So that would probably be quite irritating. Well, there you have it. That's our evaluation of the PI-Iking pulse induction underwater metal detector. A third video is yet to come, and if you enjoyed this video, please give us a like or subscribe to the channel. Have a nice one.